Coming up on OU Nightly, a scathing report on health and safety at the Cleveland County Jail. We have the latest. Plus, one person is dead as a measles outbreak continues, how Oklahoma is responding. And the Ukrainian president is traveling to Washington this week. Find out why. This is OU Nightly. New details on the recent report exposing hazardous conditions at the Cleveland County Jail. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Sophia Cabrera.
And I'm Emma McAndrews. OU Nightly Olivia Hayes joins us now live in Norman after speaking with local officials. Olivia, what can you tell us?
Emma, Sophia, that report unveils unsanitary living conditions, inmates sleeping on the floor, and staff neglect of security checks right here at the Cleveland County Detention Center. Cleveland County's former chief of detention tells me these are not the values she once worked for.
It's an inmate-run facility at this point.
Dirt, trash, and mold are just a few things inmates at the Cleveland County Detention Center are living in daily. That's according to a recent report by the Oklahoma State Department of Health.
So cleaning supplies is a must. It has to be passed out daily. If they don't have it, like if the facility doesn't have it, that's unacceptable.
Inmates at the facility also reporting going 2 to 3 weeks without a change of clothes.
When we were there, it was once every 3 days. They got clothes change out.
Julie Tipton worked under 6 Cleveland County sheriffs, including current sheriff Chris Amison.
And after a year of working for him, I couldn't be there anymore. I was there for almost 15 years. So if that tells you anything.
She says Amison's leadership has made the facility she once worked in almost daily unrecognizable.
There's no reason why anybody should be sleeping on the floor. If you're under capacity, you should have a bed space for every person that you book into custody.
And while the jail may be under capacity, it's also understaffed.
Sometimes it's reported that there's 5 to 8 individuals there overseeing, approximately 500 inmates. That's unacceptable.
Norman's mayor-elect is calling for change at the facility that's right in the city's backyard.
The jail is run by the county and is the responsibility of the elected county sheriff. So I would really like to see countywide voters demand, a higher standard of accountability.
Now, I have reached out to the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office for comment, but have yet to receive a response. Reporting live from the Cleveland County Detention Center, Olivia Hayes, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Olivia. Norman Regional Hospital announced today that due to financial concerns, it is looking to find a partner or sell it if it cannot find one. According to the Norman transcript, the financial challenges are a result of a downgraded bond by Moody's. A hospital spokesperson said to ensure the region has access to services, they are interested in partnering with another health system. Currently, there is no timeline for a decision to be made. And on to weather, it has been an absolutely gorgeous time here in Norman. In the past few weeks, we've seen showers and sleet and snow, but now we're finally getting to see some sun.
It sure does feel beautiful outside. Let's check in with OU Nightly's meteorologist Alexa Juringas for a closer look at these sunny temps.
Yeah, ladies, last week we saw temperatures just below freezing, and then today we saw a high temperature of 72 degrees. Currently, though, those temperatures have just dropped just a little bit. We're sitting at 66 degrees here in Norman, and that's because a cold front pushed through. We can see it with our wind chills, and right over here, that's where that cold front is. Coming up, we're going to be talking about those next few warm days ahead, your chance for rain, and your extended forecast.
Thanks, Alexa. Now, if you're a Cleveland County voter, you might want to listen up. A proposed bond to finance improvements at the Norman Technology Center will be on the ballot next week. In a website forum, the school says it is having to turn down students due to a limited capacity in classrooms, causing 25% of qualified applicants to be put on wait lists. The proposal includes an investment of $90 million to complete proposed projects, adding a possibility for a slight property tax increase. Election Day is March 4th.
And a Texas man died today after contracting measles. Now, currently in Oklahoma, there has been no measles cases for 2025, with the last case in the summer of 2024. The Oklahoma State Department of Health tells us they sent a memo to doctors saying they should consider measles a possible diagnosis for children with similar symptoms, adding that those returning from a destination with an outbreak like West Texas are also at risk.
And the Ukrainian president is set to visit the White House for talks of a deal involving the country's natural resources. OU Nightly's Taryn Ward has that and the rest of national headlines from the News Center.
Sophia, President Trump says the two are set to meet Friday over what he calls a rare minerals deal. That deal would allow the U.S. access to Ukraine's revenue from its natural resources like oil and gas. It would be a joint fund with the intention of helping the war-torn country rebuild its infrastructure. The current version of that agreement mentions possible U.S.-backed security for the country, but didn't specify. President Zelensky says this is a step closer to a broader agreement. The first cabinet meeting of the Trump administration drew attention this afternoon. With DOGE leader Elon Musk in attendance, the president proposed his Gold Card plan, a plan that would involve selling citizenship to internationals for $5 million. Shortly after that meeting, the Trump administration issued a memo directing federal agencies on how to carry out mass layoffs. A federal spending bill stalls while the House and Senate work to agree on the terms of a package. The House approved a budget blueprint yesterday for tax cuts, a 2-year debt limit hike, and new money for border security. However, the Senate's plan doesn't match, with only national security and energy money in the blueprint. Both chambers will need to agree to send the bill to the president's desk. Sophia, Emma, back to you.
Thanks, Taryn. Devastation in Kentucky continues as death tolls rise from severe flooding.
Hear what state officials have to say next.
And a mysterious rumbling woke up residents in this Oklahoma town.
Find out what caused the intense awakenings up next.
Death toll rises as residents in Kentucky work to recover from flooding earlier this month. OU Nightly's Cole Webster has the update in today's Earth Report.
Officials say flooding and now dangerously cold temperatures have brought the death toll to at least 23 people. Eastern Kentucky was the hardest hit area, with a total of 3 states seeing widespread damage. In an update, Kentucky's governor says the latest weather-related death following the floods was caused by hypothermia. The governor calls the storm one of the most serious weather events the state has seen in a decade. In California, officials estimated 2,000 homes and businesses in Palisades neighborhood now have safe drinking water, a month after the wildfire in the area. LA water officials lifted a do not drink water notice on Tuesday. While officials say the water is safe, they're recommending steps that residents and business owners can take when using it, like running their water faucets until the water runs clear. And back in Oklahoma, crews are investigating what caused a wind turbine to collapse. It happened in Kildare, which is a few hours north of OKC. The town's fire department says the turbine fell Tuesday morning on a private farm. Authorities say no one was hurt. In a boat that converts seawater to renewable energy, scientists say in the UK say they're testing a prototype that would make hydrogen gas as it moves.
And next, who's ready to rumble? Well, this week's Pet of the Week is ready, and he has been waiting for far too long. Get ready to meet Rumble. He has lots of energy, love, and tail wags waiting for his special person.
Don't let the name fool you. Rumble isn't here to cause trouble. This 5-year-old pup is full of fun and is ready for his next adventure.
His biggest trait is just his love for life and his love for people. He would love someone who has the time to spend with him. He's a dog who wants your time and attention. To have someone to cuddle up with, to go run with, to go play with, being in a home that has that space or time to give him that space is going to be fantastic for him.
But despite his sweet personality, Rumble has been in the shelter since May 2024.
We are just rooting for him big time. He's been here since May, and not because of anything major. I mean, he doesn't look awesome in his kennel because he's so excited to get to you, so people are slow to take him out. And there's nothing wrong with him. He's amazing, one of the best dogs in the kennel.
Staff say Rumble really will make a great companion, and someone's definitely going to hit the jackpot.
So I think that someone's going to get really lucky with him because he's been here so long and overlooked because he doesn't show well behind the kennel door, that the person who comes up and meets him and gives him that chance to really shine is going to be lucky in getting a really good dog. He's just going to love sharing life with someone, and that's what he wants. He wants to share life with someone.
And Rumble is free to adopt and is ready to go home today. You can find all of his information on Norman Animal Welfare's website on normanok.gov under the Resident and Visitor tab. You can also call the center at the number on your screen. It's never too late to help a pet in need.
And if you're
Welcome back to OU Nightly. If you have not gone outside today, you definitely need to do so. Go on a walk, go on a bike ride, or even spend a few minutes on your porch outside because it is absolutely beautiful outside. Currently in Norman, we're sitting at 66 degrees, so a little bit cooler than those upper 70, nearing 80-degree temperatures we saw yesterday, but still pretty nice out. Those winds, though, they are a little bit gusty, 23 miles per hour coming out of the north, so just have a light jacket on hand just in case. And also with this cloud cover across the sky, that's also playing a role in those cooler temperatures across the state. Though we're seeing quite those similar temperatures. Ardmore, though, sitting in those 70s, but the rest of us sitting in those 60s. And along with these warm temperatures, we also have seen some pretty cold temperatures as well here. So on Sunday, the 2nd, we saw about 72 degrees. That's above average. But then we saw that 84-degree record high on that day. And then we could see the 19th and 20th. We saw those record high low temperatures. So the highest low temperature ever recorded for that day. And then now our week currently right here, we're above average those temperatures. And with that being said, I'm going to give you all the green light to go ahead and get your car washed over the next few days. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just going to be absolutely a beautiful day to get that car washed. But if you want to put a hold on that just for a little bit, there is a chance for some rain coming up that may help you wash that car just a little bit. So Thursday and Friday, we see these two low pressure systems. They don't really impact us here much in Norman, except they may cool those evening temperatures. However, as we head into the rest of the week, we see a new low develops out to our west, and that's going to push through as we head into Sunday, where that low pressure system is going to bring some widespread rain for those of us here across the entire state. That's going to push through the east, and then yet another. So a fourth low pressure system is going to form just to our northwest, and that's going to also possibly bring us some precipitation, but mostly impacting those in the eastern parts of Oklahoma. Luckily, as we head into this evening, those temperatures are going to cool, but we're going to see some pretty nice conditions. We're going to be sitting at about those lower 50-degree temperatures by dinner time and then drop into those 40s as we head into the overnight hours. Though tomorrow we're going to pick back up and warm up on our Thursday, and then that's going to be the same case for the rest of our week. We're going to be in those warmer temperatures, and like I said, there's a chance for rain, but we don't really need to worry about that right now. So I'm definitely going to take advantage of this lovely weather and take that advantage and go get my car washed. What about you ladies? Got any plans?
I will personally be going golfing, and hopefully I'll get a nice little tan while I'm out.
Yeah, there's a chance for that, for sure.
Yeah.
I would love to get my car washed, but I'm actually heading to Dallas on Friday, so I'm
Okay.
just gonna hit all those bugs and wind and like all that stuff, and it's just gonna get dirty all over again.
Yeah, so maybe you'll let the rain take care of that for you then.
Ooh, maybe so. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Alexa. A new discount store made its grand opening today in Norman. Ollie's Bargain Outlet offers discounts up to 70% off retail prices on items such as blankets, clothes, electronics, furniture, and more. Ollie's is open on weekdays from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. District Manager Lisa Heck is excited to help provide people with a better deal here in Norman.
We get stuff from all over the world, so we have buyers that go all over. We buy a lot of closeouts. Companies that may change labels or packaging will come in and get that a lot cheaper to give a benefit to our customers.
Ollie's is set to open their next location in Norman on March 12th. And the Sooners make a splash in the football front office.
And OU baseball is on a run we haven't seen in 10 years. OU Nightly's Oliver Schaefer has the latest in sports. What you can tell us?
Yeah, that's not even to mention the hardwood heroes that are helping not only on the court but off the court. And the Thunder look to get back on track after a heartbreaking overtime loss against Minnesota. I'll have all that and more up next in sports. safer, and it's time for sports. With the rapidly changing landscape of the NIL era, the Sooners look to put themselves in front with a big splash. OU announced the hiring of Jim Nagy as the football program's general manager today. Nagy was the executive director of the Senior Bowl since 2018 and served as an NFL scout for nearly 2 decades. Nagy will lead Oklahoma's roster management and talent acquisition. This new model is intended to adjust to the NIL era and to mirror professional teams. As you can see by the quote given, Nagy looks to right the ship after OU's second losing season in 3 years. When the Sooners are hot, they're crimson hot. OU baseball finishes up a 2-game series against Texas Southern today. The Sooners, propelled by sophomore Jacob Golston's 5 innings, went on to run rule Texas Southern in just 7 innings. This marks the hottest start by OU in 10 years as Skip's number 16 Sooners get set to play Game 2 today at 4 with Landon Victorian on the bump. The Sooners, fresh off an upset against Mississippi State, look to keep their dreams of dancing alive, welcoming a familiar face into the Lloyd Noble Center. Otega Oweh is averaging over 15 points a game at Kentucky, and Porter Moser is still fond of his former guard.
I think a lot of him as a young man, Otega. I think he's a great kid. He's a great young man. It's unfortunate the world of this business with that, but it's not going to be weird. We're both competitors. He's going to try to come in and win. We're going to try to win. You know, as you go through this portal cycle, you know, with this that cycle era, you're going to be facing players that you've coached before, and it's part of it. I think we're both competitors are trying to win.
Tossing it over to the pros, the Thunder are reeling from a heartbreaking overtime loss. Look to Minnesota, look to take out their frustrations on the Brooklyn Nets. Isaiah Joe says the Thunder hope to get back to form tonight.
You never want to go out like that, and so just to have the opportunity to play today is just it's basketball. You win some, you lose some, but you have the pleasure to get to play more games. So we get to come out here and prove who we really are.
I'm Caroline Kramer at the OU Nightly Update Desk. Oklahoma Highway Patrol has issued an endangered missing advisory for 2 people. Authorities say 17-year-old Lacey Harris was last seen February 6th and may be with 19-year-old Ethan Weber. According to the alert, the 2 are believed to still be in the Norman area. If anyone either sees Harris or Weber, call 911. Sophia, Emma, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Caroline. This weekend, Norman Mardi Gras Society is hosting a free Mardi Gras parade themed Pollinator Palooza. Masks, costumes, and lights are encouraged, but any and all signs are requested to be entirely family friendly. An award ceremony will follow the parade with 9 prize categories such as Wackiest Family and Best Doggy Gras. Take a look at this map where it shows what roads the parade will be on. The parade will begin at the depot, go down Main Street, and end on West Comanche. Depending on weather conditions, the parade is set to begin at 7 p.m.
I've personally never celebrated Mardi Gras, and I probably would go to this had I not been going to Dallas this weekend. But what about you?
Well, I just got a puppy, so do I need to enter him into the doggy gras now?
Oh, for
I
sure.
think I might need to, but I want to make sure the weather's going to be good because he didn't really like the snow. So what can you tell us, Alexa, about what's coming up this weekend?
So far we're looking pretty good these next few days. Going to be pretty sunny for the most part. However, there is a chance for the low pressure system, that's going to move in on Sunday to move in a little bit earlier on Saturday, which is why you may need to take those weather precautions just in case. But so far it's looking like those rain chances are minimal and are more so for Sunday.
Thank you so much, Alexa, and thank you for watching OU Nightly. I'm Sophia Cabrera.
And I'm Emma McAndrews. Be sure to watch OU Nightly live weekdays at 4:30. Good night.